Well, Max, 5 races into the season, how close are you to understanding the car that you've got this year and how you need to drive it to win the championship?
You know, even in the last couple of years, you sometimes I fully understand the car, but then you go to another track and there are always things you can do better. And I think even with the new car now, it's the same thing. Of course, they're very new, and for sure performance upgrades will give the car a lot more lap time. But fully understanding it, I think you just, you have to adapt to the track and the tires and make that work all together. Because sometimes you might have, let's say, a good balance in the car, but if the tires are not working, you don't have a good balance, for example, and the other way around. So I think it's never going to be 100%, but I would say from the first race until now, I think we definitely made a good step forward in terms of how I feel in the car and how I can push a bit more.
So let's go back to Miami then. A few issues for you guys. Have you identified what those were and what steps have been put in place for this weekend or for the rest of the season so it doesn't happen again?
No, I mean, I think as a team we're still good in correcting things and still being, immediately quick again. I mean, we have a very competitive car, but I think if we make it a little bit easier for ourselves, because maybe then we can be even more competitive. And I do think in Miami, especially in qualifying, we could have been a little bit more competitive if, of course, we had a clean Friday, but that's always afterwards. And it happened. As long as we learn from it and just improve from it and hopefully have a better weekend in terms of prep here.
How can you focus then on qualifying performance to ensure that you're right at the front come Sunday afternoon?
Just have a clean Friday, to be honest. Then normally you have a bit more of information going into qualifying. You're more on a rhythm. Of course, we all know this track a lot more, so it's easier to get into a rhythm. When you go to a new track, street circuit, it's hard. You need your laps to get into a rhythm. So all in all, that I think made it a bit more difficult for us on Saturday. But I expect us to do well here. But of course, you have to wait and see what the other teams are going to bring. So we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty relaxed. I mean, it's a long season anyway, and I know that it's all going to be about development in the car anyway. So yeah, step by step, every race.
You guys have been quite punchy with your development up front at the beginning of the season. Where are you in terms of where this car will kind of top out, as it were?
Plenty left in the tank.
Ooh, fighting talk. Okay. So can you pinpoint where the advantages are for you guys at Red Bull as opposed to others on the grid?
I do think it can be a good one.
And it's beautiful, the weather at the moment. It's very hot. Does that suit the cars and the tyre choice this weekend? Harder range of tyres?
As long as it's hot, I think it's good. I mean, lately we've been good on the tyres, so hopefully we'll be the same here.
And just finally, when you look back at your fight with Lewis last year and then you look at the fight you're having with Charles, can you describe what it's like, or rather what the difference is between how you go racing against Charles as how you went racing with Lewis?
I think, I really enjoyed the battles also last year, and I do as well this year. It's just different teams, which I think is good for Formula One. I enjoy it. I know Charles a bit longer, of course, than racing Lewis in general. And what I like is I think there's a lot of respect between the two teams as well, not only between the two drivers. And we can really go up to each other and say, you did a better job than us this week, and they do the same, right? And of course, in hindsight, you always want to try and beat each other, but I think it also really motivates the team when you lose. Let's say you try and come back stronger, and that's nice. And I really hope for the rest of the season it can be like that. But yeah, the difference is just different mentalities, of course. Being Italian, being English, German. But it's nice. I think that's the nice thing about Formula One as well. And I think also for F1 in general to have Ferrari back on top and in the front, it's what they need.
Well, good luck this weekend and for the rest of the season.
Thank you.